Hurry up and break up with my big brother, peasant. You're too poor to be dating him. How long are you going to pretend like you can be his girlfriend?
First off, I'm not a peasant. And Ava, haven't I asked you before? Can't you just call me by my name when addressing me?
Oh, the peasant sure is getting uppity with her better class, huh? I know that you're just a gold digger after my brother's money. Everybody who flocks desperately around money like you is just a peasant. And what's wrong with addressing a peasant as what they are, a peasant?
The reason I'm dating Sean isn't because I'm looking for money. I don't care if he has money. How many times do I have to repeat the same thing? I love Sean, not because of money. When will you understand that?
I'm not making you repeat yourself over and over again. It's your persistence in perpetuating this lie. How many times will it take for you to realize what you've been doing and put a stop to it? You need to break up with my brother. Is your ignorance of basic English the result of your lack of comprehension?
Ava, that's enough.
People like you are just like that, huh? My big brother is going to be the next head of the family company. That's why you're dating him, right? You're thinking that if you date a future company president, then someday maybe you'll be lucky enough to marry into a rich family, don't you? How cunning you are. I will not allow that to happen.
How can you say that to me? I'm telling you, that is not what I'm thinking. Ava, I want you to believe me someday.
If you're willing to speak from both sides of your mouth, then you can say whatever you please, can't you? But I know what's going on, so you won't get away with it. You're definitely just dating my brother because you want his money.
What? Why do you think I would do that?
Just by glancing at your messy and old-fashioned attire, it's clear to me that I can see all your wicked schemes. I will not allow my brother to be tempted by a woman like you. Someday, I will ensure that the two of you break up. That's a promise.
Messy and old-fashioned attire? It's all just a hypothetical. But what would you do if I told you that Sean and I were getting married?
What? You two are getting married? Don't be ridiculous.
Actually, the truth is that Sean proposed to me the other day. Naturally, I immediately accepted his proposal.
No way. I won't fall for that.
I know you've always hated me, Ava, but I hope that we can move past it. I was wondering if you would accept me as your sister-in-law. I thought I'd be able to marry Sean, and you'd get over this hatred you feel for me. Ava, I want you to know the harassment you bombarded me with is also hurting Sean.
You're such a liar. This is obviously a lie. It could be nothing other than a lie. The notion of my brother proposing to you is impossible. He'd never do such a thing.
But it is possible. We know this because it's true. It has happened. Shall I show you the engagement ring he gave me? Will that prove it to you? It's a truly beautiful ring.
This is your engagement ring? My brother must have been fooled by you. What did you do to make him act so foolish?
What? I never do that. He proposed to me because he loves me. That's all.
You must be lying, you witch!
Ava, let's get along. Don't say anything mean or inappropriate, please. Won't you stop this harassment you've been hurling at me all this time? Once Sean and I are married, we'll be family, even if only in-laws. Let's try to get along like adults.
I will not accept this. I will never accept it. You will not marry my brother, you hear me? How could my brother marry somebody like you? I could never accept you as my sister-in-law.
Ava, don't say that.
You better not let it go to your head, peasant. Just because my brother proposed to you is no reason to feel like you're worth more than you are. I swear that I'll prevent your marriage if it's the last thing I do. While I'm still alive, you will never be allowed to marry him. Not on my watch.
Elena, you won't believe this. The invitations to the wedding have been deleted from my computer.
They've what?
What will we do? I had planned to give the data to the printer today. I had it all scheduled. And you spent all that effort working on the design of the invitations. Elena, I'm really sorry for my carelessness. This is all my fault.
Calm down, Sean. If the issue is the data for the wedding invitations, it's alright. I made sure to keep a backup on my computer.
Really? That's great.
Yeah, so just calm down. Everything's alright. I'll email you the data right away, Sean. Or if you would prefer, I can take it to the printer and meet you there.
Thanks. You really saved my butt here.
It's no big deal. Don't mention it. But there is something that happened recently. The list of people we decided to invite was deleted not so long ago, too. How many times has the footage from the camera been corrupted? Sean, I feel like your computer has to be in a really bad condition.
I was thinking the same thing. So I actually bought a new computer recently, but this still ended up happening. I can't believe the data is still disappearing after I bought a brand new computer.
Could it be that it isn't a problem with your computer, but something else? How about I handle any data from now on? I'll send copies of the data to you, Sean.
I don't want to consider it, but I think I can guess as to what might be going on. I wonder if this could be the work of Ava?
You really think so?
If it wasn't a hardware or a software issue, then it would have to be foul play from somebody else.
I can understand why you wouldn't want to doubt your own family, but I think you're probably right. I also feel like it's reaching a point where it can no longer just be shrugged off. I've actually heard her talk about deleting files and causing damage to different things around the house.
What? Is that true?
I've been backing up everything until now, so thankfully, it's all been okay. But what if it escalates if she tries to do something that I didn't take precautions against? It would cause a lot of problems.
I guess you're probably correct. I'll have to do something about this. I'll think of a plan to deal with Ava.
You should make sure that you need a fingerprint to open your computer. For now, it might be a good idea to tighten up any other security that you can think of.
Yeah, I'll look into what sorts of things I could do to help secure different important things that she might try to get into. Sorry for making you worry, Elena.
No, don't worry about it. It's all right. Well, I'll see you later.
Hey, how's going? Hope you dropped dead. Have you been sitting in a dressing room sobbing? You got absolutely drenched. It sure puts to waste all that effort you put in. The dress and the makeup were all ruined.
What's gotten into you? I can't believe you've done this to me. Why would you pour wine of all things on my head? Especially in the middle of my wedding ceremony.
Seemed like the perfect timing to me. It was better than doing it right in the middle of the ceremony, pouring wine on that poor girl who was just pretending to fit in with the rich and popular folks. If only it could have been pig's blood. Gosh, it felt so good catching you as you walked down the aisle. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
What is wrong with you? What did I ever do to make you think that I deserve this?
Who would ever accept a peasant like you marrying my big brother? I've given you a warning before, haven't I? But it seems like you're not taking my warning seriously. So I'm going to teach you a lesson by action. Don't you dare to underestimate my words.
That harassment is bullshit. Even with the stupid reason you gave to prevent me from being with Sean.
Still don't get it? How stubborn. Let me make it clear for you then. We're rich, you're poor. It's that simple. My brother and you come from two different worlds. You're not meant to be together. You don't deserve it.
Stop, that's ridiculous. That is completely nonsense.
That's a reality you should confront soon. I've been against this marriage from the beginning. Going ahead with this wedding and ignoring my warning was the worst decision you could have made.
You're incredibly thick-skinned. You do these awful things and still believe you're in the right? Shame on you.
Seeing your smug, joyful expression as you're on the verge of achieving your wicked goal makes me feel sick to my stomach and infuriates me. You're the one who should be ashamed. Pouring wine on you felt like a fitting act of punishment. I wanted to give you a good slap across the face, but I knew everyone would think I was violent. So I opted for the wine drenching instead. Pretty high-end and classy, right?
What nonsense are you saying? Your actions and mindset are completely unacceptable.
Shut up, peasant. I don't want to hear the ravings of uneducated rabble like you. Deciding to marry my brother was the most pompous thing you could have done.
Ava, do you understand what you've done? You've ruined the wedding of your brother you supposedly love so much.
The one who ruined everything is you. I didn't do anything wrong.
Are you out of your mind?
I warned you before that I was going to stop this marriage no matter what. So the one who hurt my brother was obviously you for stubbornly insisting on getting married despite my heating. You're the one who ruined this day by insisting on having a wedding ceremony.
You're really insane.
I deleted your guest list. But no, you didn't give up. I deleted the signs of your invitations, but that didn't stop you either. Even though I did everything I could do to urge to call off the stupid wedding, you wouldn't budge.
Then that was all you, huh, Ava? I admit, I considered the possibility.
Who else besides me? I'm the only one with the guts to pull something like this off. But despite everything, you didn't get discouraged. You didn't call off the wedding. That's why I felt I had to go all the way and embarrass you in front of everyone. The look on your face when I drenched you in wine in front of everyone was absolutely priceless. I've never laughed so hard, and I'm still chuckling just thinking about it.
I don't find this funny. I can no longer just laugh off your antics. You poured wine on my head on the day of my wedding. I'll never be able to forgive you now, even if you apologized.
Why would I want your forgiveness, you filthy peasant? Just keep it to yourself. The wine all over your head is all my work, and I'm going to take full credit. I don't find it necessary to apologize to somebody like you.
You're quite comfortable being a human piece of trash, aren't you? It's the first time I've ever seen somebody that okay with being covered in filth.
Did you just call me a piece of trash? Want to try saying that to my face? Do you think it's okay to call me a piece of trash? I'm Sean's little sister. How dare you say something like that to me?
What's wrong with calling a piece of trash, huh? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck. Or in this case, if it acts like trash and smells like trash.
You're really going to say that sort of thing to me, huh? I can't believe that a peasant of all people thinks they can say such a thing to me. You're really starting to piss me off. First, you try to marry my brother to get us his money. Then you call me a piece of trash. Quit screwing around with me. This isn't funny.
Aren't you the one who's actually screwing with me? I mean, I'm not the one who poured wine on the bride at her wedding. You're the one who came up with such a childish, immature plan.
Shut up! I don't want to hear anything from you, peasant. What's wrong with pouring wine on the head of a bridge when they're just a gold digger? I'm just doing justice. Learn your lesson and don't go near my brother again, peasant.
You better prepare yourself, you little brat. You won't get away with that.
Did you just call me a brat?
That's right, you brat. You haven't displayed even an ounce of regret for what you did. If anything, you just doubled down on your behavior, so you better prepare yourself for what's coming. I'll let everyone know just who was begging for a fight.
Me? Beg a fight? Is begging really something that should be ascribed to a person of my stature? You penniless peasant covered in wine is a look that really suits you. A wedding dress covered in wine spots really fits with your shabby style. Hey, answer me. What in the world is going on? My whole room is covered in wine. You somehow poured wine all over all of my things, didn't you?
Don't you think it looks much nicer now? It took a lot more time than I thought it would.
I knew this had to be you. The walls and floors are all stained with wine. Even my favorite clothes and shoes have been all soaked thoroughly with wine.
I thought they came out with quite a beautiful wine red. After you've dried them all out, you should keep using them.
Oh my god, what have you done? You didn't soak my computer in wine too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did that too.
What the hell are you doing? Why would you do something like that? I had a report that I needed to hand in tomorrow on the air. If it's even a second late, I'll get a 0 on the assignment. I am going to fail that class now.
I guess you'll just have to write it up again right away. don't you think? A computer that gives off the aroma of wine is kind of chic. Well, I guess you should get writing up that report right away. Don't mess with me.
Do you think it's okay for you to treat people like this? Do you think it's okay to just sneak into other people's rooms and harass them like this? You're the worst.
Only treat a piece of trash like that. I don't want to hear that from somebody who completely ruined both my wedding dress and the ceremony.
Is that why you did this?
I told you that you had best prepare yourself for what was coming to you. I was taking revenge for that wedding dress that you forced me to throw away through your actions. I think we're about even now. At least, as far as the dress is concerned.
Quit spouting nonsense. This doesn't make us even all. Besides, your wedding dress was probably some cheap piece of trash that didn't even cost $100. You poverty-ridden mongrel. How would soaking everything in my room ever equate to what I did to that garbage wedding dress?
Are you crazy? Aren't you the one spouting nonsense? That wedding dress that I was wearing was worth 50 grand.
What? That dress was worth 50 grand?
My parents eagerly purchased it for me. But you just had to go and ruin it. You just absolutely had to ruin it, didn't you? Obviously, I must drench every part of your room in wine, Ava. You need to be punished.
Just hold on a second. Why would a peasant like you be wearing a dress that costs 50 grand? Moreover, did you say that your parents bought it for you? There's no way a couple of poor yokels could ever afford a dress that high class.
My family isn't poor, I'll admit. 50 grand was extravagant, but apparently they could afford it. I don't know where you get the idea that I was a gold digger.
No way! Your family was wealthy all the time?
Yeah, that's right. Good luck with cleaning all the wine out of your stuff and writing up that report.
I heard Ava went to the electronics store to buy a computer, just wailing. Her room is just covered in wine stains right now. It seems like she's writing a report for school crying.
Hey, Sean, you're the one who broke Ava's computer, right? I was scared of causing an electrical fire, so I didn't touch it at all.
Yeah, after you left, I didn't feel like we did a thorough enough job. I decided to soak her things in wine as an extra punishment.
Ava thought we'd already poured wine all over her room together. You didn't think that was enough?
Ava deleted all of her data when we were planning the wedding, yeah? She actually also deleted a bunch of my pictures with you at the same time, Elena.
What? She did that too?
Yeah, she deleted all the pictures from the different dates and anniversaries we had. I was transferring all of my photos off of my phone and onto my computer, but having them deleted from both my phone and my computer is truly something that cannot be forgiven. That's why in the end I decided to break her computer as well.
I guess I understand where you're coming from.
Elena, even though you told me to make sure all of my security on my devices was sound, I wasn't able to do so. I really regret the fact that I kept putting it off due to things going on with work.
Yeah, I don't have any backups of those pictures either.
Also, it was Ava's fault that I ended up going out to buy a new computer because I thought my old one was broken. It seemed like fair payback to me. I feel kind of refreshed hearing about her crying over just a computer.
I wonder if this has made Ava reflect at all on what she did.
Yeah, I wonder about that too. But no matter how much she comes to regret what she did, I don't intend to ever forgive her. She absolutely ruined our important day. It's not like we'll ever get another first wedding.
You're definitely right about that. Oh, about my wedding dress? I have a friend who manages a chain of dry cleaners. She said she might actually be able to get the stains out of the dress. She said that they had some crazy techniques for getting stains out of the clothes.
Really? That's great.
It seems that everything the staff did at the wedding hall to help deal with the dress was a big help. She said it's going to take some time, but that should be able to get it back to being pure white again.
I wonder if the staff at the wedding hall are used to dealing with irregular situations. Perhaps we should go see them to show our appreciation for what they did.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'll see you later, okay? I've got to rush over to my friend to get her that dress.
Okay, see ya.
What have you done? It was your fault that my parents told me to get out of the house, wasn't it? They yelled at me saying they didn't need a blight on their family like me.
Then I guess you'll have to accept responsibility for what you didn't go.
Don't pull that garbage with me. Why should I have to leave my home? You're the blight on your family. You're the woman who disgraced our family by marrying my brother despite being poor.
I did tell you that my family isn't poor, didn't I? That they were so wealthy that they can even afford to buy a $50,000 wedding dress? Remember? Not that it should matter even if I was.
Just shut up. You're still inferior to my family. We run an administrative business. Don't ever try to compare your family to ours. I'm richer than you. That's just a fact. Don't start getting all uppity just because you're married my big brother.
I'm not getting uppity. Besides, if you have enough free time to talk to me, why don't you do something important? Like, I don't know, getting your stuff together quickly and leaving like your parents told you to? That is what your parents told you to do, right? It's not proper to disobey one's parents.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! I don't accept their demands, so there is absolutely no way that I'm going to leave this house. Why would my mother and father be taking your side? All I wanted to do was to protect my big brother from some poor rabble that was trying to take advantage of him.
Protect him? Haven't you just heard him over and over again? That's the same reason that your parents are also driving you away.
What do you know about it?
You poured wine on your brother's wife as she was walking to the altar. What parent do you think wants anything to do with a self-centered daughter like you? Who would do something like that on the eve of their son's wedding? You did it while laughing right into my face. But you didn't see how anybody else is reacting, did you? Too busy savoring my reaction, right? What sort of reaction do you imagine your parents had at that time? They were making much more appalled faces than I was.
There's no way they do that. Do you think you can just say whatever you want? The person making the most disgusting face at the wedding hall was you. I mean, the wine pulling your makeup down your face? You were like a clown.
If there was any disgust on anybody's face, it was with you.
God, both your dress and your makeup got so screwed up. Just thinking about it is making me laugh all over again. Thanks for the pick-me-up. It really was the most fitting appearance for the daughter of a bunch of peasants.
My family's assets are valued at over $100 million. But yes, I'm a peasant.
Wait, your parents are how rich?
So, there's something I'd like to confirm. What sort of appearance do you think is fitting for the heirs of $100 million fortune?
Wait. Your family is seriously that rich? Over 100 million? How much is your family's house worth? Come on, how much?
You poured wine on the head of the daughter of such a wealthy family. Do you understand how your parents feel now? Have I popped the bubble of your ignorance? How does it feel to have this sudden realization? I don't blame them for feeling the way they do. I don't know if I'd do the same thing if my daughter did that to my son's fiancé, but I might. It might be the case, however, that the important negotiations of your parents were having with mine will have to start over from scratch.
What negotiations?
I guess garbage people really do have quite low comprehension skills. In that case, let me spell it out very plainly for you. The reality is, my family deals in investments. They had planned to invest some money in your family's company to help your parents' company out. Because Sean and I were getting married.
What? That can't be true. I don't believe it.
It seems that your family has been intending to expand the business using the investment from my family. To that end, it was going to be quite a large investment. But I'm sure my parents are questioning that after what you did to me. I mean, investing in a family business where their daughter drenched your darling daughter in wine while walking to the altar, no less. My father was seriously begging me to call off the marriage with Sean and doom your family's business to bankruptcy.
Wait, the family business might go bankrupt?
You should be happy that I'm not that kind of woman to get discouraged that easily. I have no intention of annulling our recent marriage due to this situation. And I also persuaded my fuming parents to see reason.
Oh, good. I'm glad it didn't do any permanent damage.
Well, I wonder, Do you understand where you stand after all this? Do you know why you're being run out of your house now? Well, I wonder if that could be how they got my parents to finally come around.
That's gotta be a lie. I won't fall for that. How could you not be a poor, worthless human being? More than that, you're some crazy rich? A princess?
Yet the one acting like a spoiled princess is you. Before you leave home, there's just one thing I've gotta say. You're still going to have to pay me back for the damage you did to my wedding dress. Everything in your room didn't come out to 50 grand. So, you owe the remainder. I think if you add up all the really high-end bags you had, the total might come out about 30 grand. Does that sound right to you? So, that would be that you still need to pay me back 20 grand for the damage that you caused.
Wait, we can talk this out. How am I going to ever pay that back?
Ava, every time you go shopping from now on, you can just submerge everything you buy in wine until you've wasted 20 grand worth of clothes and stuff.
What? You're being absurd. That's going to take forever. And I already have, no clothes, thanks to you.
I mean, I think I'm being quite generous. I could always apply interest, then you truly would never pay it off.
Wait, okay, let's just calm down, okay? You're screwing with me? Yeah, you're just joking around, right?
Look at your room covered in wine stains and ask yourself if I'm joking. I think you can understand whether or not I'm the type of person to joke around.
You're absolutely serious? No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry for everything from the very bottom of my heart. I'm apologizing, so please forgive me. Please just let the issue with the wine go already.
I definitely will do no such thing. Well, cheer up, Ava. You just have to keep working. Oh, and just so you know, no matter where you try to run, I'll definitely find you and soak you in wine. Afterward, Ava borrowed 20 grand from her parents and handed it to me the next day. She got down on her knees and pleaded for our forgiveness. I accepted the money as compensation and stopped teasing her about the wine incident. It wouldn't have made sense to make her buy things just to ruin them with wine. That would have been a waste. Following that, Ava had to move out on her own without any further financial support from her family. The only support she continued to receive from her parents was for school. However, her parents made it clear that if she failed even a single class, they'd stop funding her education. Her days became quite busy as she had to juggle writing reports for school and working to make ends meet. Once she successfully graduated and secured a job, she still had to repay her parents the 20 grand she had borrowed. It looks like she'll need to grow up quickly and stay diligent for a while.